Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing the dilemmas of a horror book. No. Already got it wrong. I'm going to be doing the dilemmas of a horror nerd tag. There we go. Oh my gosh. So originally this tag was created by Marie McWilliams. I'll link her video channel down below. And I was tagged, I guess, by Books of Blood. So he didn't tag anyone in his videos, and then I commented, like, I can't remember what I commented, and then he was like, "Ew, I tag you." So he secretly tagged me. But I'll leave his but I'll leave his video down below as well. So this is it's not book specific, which is good because I guess actually it's a little bit more movie centric, which I love movies. I went to movie school, believe it or not. Didn't you know? I'm going to be looking at my phone here for the questions. By the way, do you like my Stitch phone case? I like Lilo and Stitch. Okay, anyway, question number one. Okay. This is how it works. The questions from the tag are questions, I guess, that people who don't like horror, movies, books, whatever, would ask us horror lovers. I've definitely been asked some of these questions, or a variant of these questions, more than multiple times in my life, in a platonic way or a slightly judgy way. Yeah, anyway, here we go. So the first question is a two-parter. It's, how can you watch that stuff? And is there something wrong with you? Okay, so first of all, how can you watch that stuff? With my 1.5 eyes. No, right back at you, sis. I don't know how people watch, can sit through a 3-hour musical or opera or watch super sappy movies where it's just like, I love you, no, I love you, but I can't love you, and I love you anyway. Ugh! How can you watch that? And the second part of the question, is there something wrong with you? I have 3 nose rings and orange hair. What do you think? There's a lot wrong with me. But no, seriously though, no, there's nothing wrong with me. In fact, if there was something wrong with me, I'd be the only person on this planet to have ever loved horror and to will ever love horror, which is not the case, so there you go. Apparently there's something wrong with a lot of us. Question number 2. Does it give you nightmares? No, honestly, I've never had a nightmare from a horror movie. No, I don't think I have. I think I've had, dreams from horror movies, but they weren't scary. I remember when I was done watching the Haunting of Hill House Netflix show, I think I had a dream where I was in an abandoned building or location. But it wasn't a nightmare. It was just a dream that took place in that kind of a setting. Actually, I think it was a funny dream. No, but whatever gives me nightmares is always based in reality. I remember one time, 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, I lived in Portland, Oregon for 6 months. And I had this, completely, dystopian, disastrous nightmare where I was at the bottom of my building and between 2 giant buildings, and the city was simultaneously flooded and on fire, and nothing prompted that. There were no fires on the West Coast during the time that I lived there. There were no nothing, and I just another nightmare that I had that stuck out for me for life is that, as you can tell, maybe or maybe not, my favorite band is Guns N' Roses, and if you don't know, Slash left the band in 1996, and I was born in 1996, and I had this nightmare one time. I can't remember, I think it was maybe 16 or 17, something like that. And I had this nightmare where my older brother was yelling at me, and all I remember is like him and me, and then I don't remember where we were, whatever, but he was yelling at me and he was like, oh my god, this was all your fault. Like, you were born and then Slash left the band and the cousin wasn't a thing and I was not an only child anymore. It was all your fault. Oh my god. And I'm not even kidding. I woke up in tears. I woke up in actual tears. I'm not kidding. All that to say that no, horror movies or horror books or horror anything don't give me nightmares. Real life does. Okay. Next question. Why do you like being scared? Well, I don't know. I just like being scared. I really don't have a good answer for this one other than I just enjoy it the same way that people like apples more than pears, or the same way that people like to be brought to tears during romance movies, or the same way people like to watch documentaries and like spend their spare time learning stuff, or like the same way people like, I don't know, like, you know, I just do. It's my personality. I like horror movies. I like being scared. I don't know. I don't like every type of being scared. Like, there are certain types of horror movies that I don't enjoy, that I don't like. Usually would go more for a slow burn over jump scare centric movies, or like prefer like vampires to zombies, or you know, like there are different types of being scared in my opinion, and not all types of being scared work for me, like apples and pears. As they say in French, les goûts et les couleurs. Okay, next question. Aren't horror movies and books all the same? No. You have like, I don't know, centuries worth of writing, let's say at least. Surely over that century, someone came up with at least 2 different stories. No. Not all horror are the same. Movies and books. Certainly, Chucky and Psycho are not the same story. You know. Ooh! But Chucky and Psycho are both 2 franchises where the second movie is better than the first one. True story. And then last question. Why don't you want something nice and cheerful? Well, you know, no, I should not be an actor. Well, you know, horror movies make me cheerful, first of all, but certainly I don't only watch horror movies and, you know, books and stuff. In fact, let me share with you some of my favorite movies and TV shows that are not horror at all. My go-to movie when I'm sad or depressed is Legally Blonde. My all-time favorite show is Desperate Housewives. I could watch Scooby-Doo too. Oh, I guess that one's like sort of, it's like child scary. Okay, that one doesn't count, but I love that movie. Nemo, love it. You know what I was thinking about earlier? How much I love The Breakfast Club. Not even joking. And no, I think one other of my favorite genres is historical fiction. I've said it a million times before and I'll say it again. Most of it is horror adjacent, but that's like, you know, a different problem. But I do really like a lot of different genres and movies, and if you went to my Letterboxd account or my Goodreads account, then you'd find that actually a majority of, well, not a majority, but like a solid half of what I watch is not horror. So, I don't know, I just prefer horror, but my personality has layers. I promise. Pinky swear. Anyway, so those are my questions. I'm not going to tag anyone. I'm going to let anyone and everyone do the tag because it was a fun one. Let me know what you think down below. Comment your thoughts, like this video if you did, and subscribe.